Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of Eye of the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful Rabbit Hole, Lore and Frey, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. Lately, in my free time, I have been playing a lot of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It is great for whenever I'm just having a chill day at home and I just want to grind a really brutal, a really crazy, difficult Pokemon game. I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I always have. And Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, I think, is probably one of the very best remakes on Nintendo Switch. It's not one that I see talked about a lot, but it sold like 3 million units, and like even now, it's still very active with players actively rescuing each other and continuing their quest to save other Pokemon. It's incredibly addicting. It has a ton of content. There's lots of things to do. It is an incredible game, and I do think it's really worth mentioning just how well this game has aged. It's almost 20 years old now. This came out in 2006. It was like a very fairly early 2005, 2006. Like it was such an early Nintendo DS game that it actually had a Game Boy Advance version, a Red Rescue Team. Blue Rescue Team was the DS version, which was the one I had, and then Red Rescue Team came out on the Game Boy Advance, and they had like some weird compatibility where like you could plug the Game Boy Advance version into the DS and send Pokemon over. It was weird, it was trippy, and I think like it wasn't all that popular in that sense. I I think the decision to get rid of like the multiple versions of the Mystery Dungeon games and compile them into a single release was the right decision to make. And Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, which combines all the aspects of all the elements of Pokemon Red and Blue, really I think makes this like by far the definitive version of the game, right? You have additional features, you have upgrades, you have new techniques, new Pokemon, I believe a couple of new dungeons, like balancing changes. Like when all is said and done, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue Rescue Team were classics to begin with, but Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX is just a phenomenal release. I'm probably someone who's put like dozens of hours into the original game, and the fact that I've put like 40 hours into this one, over the the past couple of years, playing it until I just get sick of it and then picking it up again, like it really says a lot about its quality, like its longevity, and just how much you can just keep going back into it. Like I love the Mystery Dungeon games. I hope that we eventually get re-releases of future installments. I would love like a re-release of Explorers of Sky, for example. I think that hopefully is on the table, or an entirely new game. Like whether either way is fine for me. I've actually never played Explorers of Sky, so getting to experience that for the first time would actually be a phenomenal experience for me. So like these games I think are critically underrated and are ones that I think a lot of Nintendo fans really sleep on. I don't see a lot of people talk about this one. And it's probably one of my favorite Pokemon games on Switch, honestly. And I'm not knocking the other Pokemon games at all, but like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon really is something special. Going around like a dungeon, like playing as a Pokemon, like it's all really unique. It's all very charming. It has like this very unique vibe to it. One that's just so much fun, and it's so hardcore. It's so intense. It is well worth checking out.